How do I get this set up? So today, I'm very excited for you guys. Today we're gonna go check out the Rosewood Miyakojima. We're gonna go fly in, jet in there, stay there for 3 nights, and then come back. I'm gonna be shooting a ton of content there for you guys. Other than that, yeah, let's get going. All right, so after that quick flight, pretty much that for you guys took 5 seconds, we are here at the Rosewood Miyakojima. I'm gonna show you guys the room, and you guys can make a decision for yourselves whether you want to stay here or not. Before I show you the room though, let me talk a little bit about the property and what makes this particular Rosewood special. Rosewood Miyakojima is Rosewood's first property in Japan, and it opened in March of this year. It sits on a quiet peninsula in the Miyako Islands, and every accommodation here is a standalone villa with its own private plunge pool. Currently, there are 55 villas in total. These rooms are beautifully designed by Studio Piet Boon, the same firm behind Rosewood's Half Moon Bay and Amsterdam properties. Getting here is easy. It's about a 20-minute drive from Miyako Airport and about a 30-minute drive from Shimoshojima Airport. For dining, there's currently 3 dining options at the Rosewood: Nagi, Mas, and Yuku. There's also one more coming soon later this year. Nagi is the main restaurant, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. In the morning, you can choose between a Japanese or continental breakfast, and during the day, the menu shifts to Italian. Their second restaurant, Mas, is Japanese and only open for dinner. The third option, Yuku, is the property's bar and lounge, which offers cocktails and lighter bites. Beyond dining, the resort also features the Ayasa Spa, which brings in Okinawan-inspired wellness treatment, a fitness center, and an Explorers Kids Club for families. Now let's step inside the room and I'll show you the 3 details that made me say, book it now. So starting off here, this is the entryway. As you can see, the door is right here. You have the entryway, so you take off your shoes right here. You got a little shoe rack. Before you step onto the main floor, you got some umbrellas there. Of course, you got a mirror. What's up, chat? Anyway, yeah, you walk into here, and then here's the bathroom on the right. You'll have a separate sink. The toilet lifts up on its own, as it should. We can go left or right. On the right here is the bathroom. As you can see, they dropped off my luggage already before I came to the room, so I can tell you service is already a strong suit. You got the closet. Very premium hangers, by the way, like insanely premium. Got a little beach bag if you wanted that you can use throughout the stay. I think this might be available for purchase after. You got some beach towels. These are free to use in your villa. You have your laundry and pressing service, and as well as a shoe shine service. That is probably going to cost a shit ton of money. And then over here, you have your vanity. If you're a girly girl, you want to do some of your makeup-y, because I know lots of women probably watch travel reviews and want to travel themselves. You have a bathrobe. You got your amenity kit, some hair dryer. I expected a Dyson, I'm not going to lie. For this price point, I would want a Dyson, but let's not complain yet. And you have your towels for the for more bath stuff. In here you have a double vanity as well as a toiletry bag. Don't know if you can take these home or not. I will be asking. You have body lotion, hand soap, pretty much all the essentials. Now let's go into the shower. This rain shower, I'm not even gonna lie, is one of the biggest rain showers I think I have ever seen in my life. I think it looks really good. There's so much space in here. Not only that, but apparently a little birdie told me that this soap is one of the hardest soaps to make in all the island because it's handmade. So that's very, very interesting. You got the bath foam as well as bath salt, which again is, oh my God, that's heavy. That's premium, which is really hard to make. Let me smell this really quickly. Oh my God, no, that smells insane. That smells really, really good. So earlier, I mentioned 3 details that really convinced me to book this room. The first one, you've already seen it, was the shower area. It was spacious, honestly bigger than most apartments. Hell, you could probably fit a small family of 4 in there and still have room to spare. The second detail is all about the living and bedroom area. For a base room, this place is absolutely gigantic. On the left, you've got a sofa and a table, perfect for doing a bit of work or having dinner with your girlfriend or wife. Unless, you know, your girlfriend decides not to come with you like mine did. And one of the coolest touches, special treats and a personalized welcome letter from the hotel management. As someone who travels a lot, everyone always asks me how I always get room upgrades at hotels that seem impossible to get upgraded at. Sure, you could try your luck at check-in and slide $100 to the receptionist, but what if you knew of a more surefire method? And with this method, not only do you get upgraded, but you can also get a whole suite of benefits, such as a $100 stay credit, free special amenities on arrival like champagne, pastries, or flowers, free breakfast where it's usually charged, priority for early check-in / late checkout, and more. So, how does it work? If you have already booked directly with the hotel, then email me the booking at anthony.gruszewski@fora.travel. Links will be in the description below and on screen. And I can apply all perks to your booking. I'm a preferred partner with almost every luxury chain, including Four Seasons, Rosewood, Aman, and even boutique hotels. So no matter where you're staying, I can make sure you're treated as a VIP. Here are some testimonials. If you haven't booked yet, email me and I can book it for you at an equal or preferred rate than the one published online. If you need help during your trip, I can also help you build a full itinerary for free, choosing the best hotels, resorts, and restaurants to fit your style. Kind of like a concierge service. I will literally do it for free. I charge zero planning fee. That's a good catchphrase. That's a good catchphrase. Not only does it help you out, but if you enjoy this video, it's also a great way for you to support the channel. Thank you for listening, and let's get right back into the video. Moving on, by the way, to the minibar area. This is what they want for champagne experiences. You have some areas right here. I think these are all made out of baccarat. I don't know, maybe not. But these are all crystals, which are really insane. This is all really, really premium stuff. Again, everything in this room just screams money. Then here's the mini fridge itself. You got some Bollinger champagne. You got some little iced teas, some waters. Oh my god, they even have local little Miyakojima snacks. That is really cool. Now let's go. Here's the bed, obviously. Again, light switches, all very, very, very easy to use. Let me zoom in here. All really easy to use. You have an amazing notepad, amazing pen. You have the bed. Again, same shit on the other side. And you have a portable speaker, of course. And then this is the stunner. This right here is what you pay all this money for. Holy shit, it's hot. I'm gonna skinny dip the absolute fuck out of this pool. Okay, maybe that's not the most travel-friendly shit to say, but this is like your little plunge pool. Again, I know there's lots of travel advisors, not lots. There's one travel advisor who I know hates plunge pools, but honestly, when they're like this, who cares, right? They got a good filtration system over there. It's really nice. Look at this fucking view. You want to go out onto the beach? Feeling risky, you can do it. I don't think I will do that, though. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. But yeah, you got some little lounge chairs. You got the pool. This place is a true stunner. Look at this view. This is what you kill to see. Okay, so now that you guys have seen the hotel in full, the room, the property, the area, what's my experience and would I recommend this to clients? That's what you're probably all dying to know. I'm going to separate this into 3 categories of what matters to me and what matters to my clients usually when booking. And that's usually the F&B, so the food and beverage on the property, because if you're going to a property like this, you're going to be eating and dining at that property. The service, and then the hard product, and then some pros and cons that I have about the property when booking. So I have my little notes here. I'm going to go into the F&B first. The F&B, I rate a 7 out of 10, and I have a very good rating of why. Overall, breakfast, amazing food. I'll put some photos and videos on screen now. I loved breakfast. It was great. Lunch was a bit of a hit or miss. Some of the food was not salted properly or not seasoned. I had to call them for additional salt and pepper. I'm not going to be talking about service yet, so that's going to be the next segment. But I had to call them over for some seasonings. And then for dinner as well at the Italian restaurant, if you're ordering off the menu, it's a bit of a hit or miss. With the food, what I really recommend doing is before you come to the island, know in your head what you want to eat, or I can help craft a menu for you of what you want to eat, and come to the island prepared to ask the chefs and to ask the waiters and waitresses for a specific thing of what you want to eat on property. Then you will have a much better F&B experience, because if it wasn't for that, the score of F&B would be at like a 4, because breakfast and the Japanese restaurant would be like the only good things on the property. But most of the time you're in that Italian restaurant. But if you know what you want to eat and you know what you want to order, then it becomes a totally different experience, and it becomes like almost a 10 out of 10 food experience. So just know what you want to eat and what you want to order, and become friends with the chefs. And again, with my connections, I can help you do that. As for the food as well, expect for it to be a bit pricey. Again, you're at Rosewood. I think Rosewood is the most expensive chain when it comes to eating and drinking on property, as well as the spa treatments. So expect to spend at least, we were 3 people, expect to spend $400 a night on dinner. and expect to spend around $200 for lunch. Keep in mind, nothing crazy expensive for drinks wise. Service here was a 12 out of 10. Anything you asked for, they made it happen. And the service is a bit new. Some of them definitely are a bit new, but whatever you needed to happen, they made it happen. No hesitations, no questions asked. They would do it for you. For example, I guarantee you, I wanted to have like one of the lounge chairs on the beach. They would make it happen. You want to have dinner in the sand? They'll make it happen. You want some food delivered from the Japanese restaurant to the Italian restaurant? They'll make it happen. They'll do whatever it takes to keep you satisfied and to keep you happy. One particular thing which really made the service stand out for me is, for example, I had my golf clubs. I was playing golf, whatever. I came back, and then later that night at dinner, one of them asked me, "How was your round at golf today, sir?" I'm like, that was just incredible service, incredible levels of intercommunication. Like, what else can I say? That's really, really good service. There's nothing else I can say. And another thing, I was sitting in the room for, like, after, it was, like, before dinner. I was sitting in the room, like, in my little plunge pool. I was drinking one of the bottles in the room for the champagne, right? And then I called one of them on the phone, and I was like, can I get some extra champagne? They brought it to me in, like, within 5 minutes. Usually, I was expecting, like, 30 minutes. No, they brought it in 5 minutes. They're quick. And that's why the service, I rate like a 12 out of 10. Seriously, I don't think I've stayed in a hotel that has, I think St. Bart's is like the exception, or maybe like south of France. But this is truly, 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 even for Japan, really amazing service. Because usually the service feels a little bit cold, but here it was so warm, inviting. The service, I think I wrote it in my notes. Like, the service and the experience is like memorable, but at the same time, it's one that feels like you're at home. It feels like you're just talking to friends. The last part is the hard product, and the hard product, I give it a 9 out of 10. Why? Because it might not be for everybody, right? When I got into the hotel, like, a lot of people, I was reading reviews. You know, I read reviews on Reddit, on a lot of other platforms, just to see, because, you know, it's my business. I gotta check it out, right? And what I've noticed from the hard product is a lot of people were complaining about the lack of privacy. And in my opinion, yeah, I think the rooms should be a little bit more private, especially because I like to skinny dip in the pool. I'm a man about it. I'll admit it. I like to skinny dip in the little plunge pool. And on one side, like, there's one side where the villas are. I'll put the map up. You cannot do that at all. You have to go book the other side. So, again, if you're booking with me, then I will make sure, if you want extra privacy, you tell me, and I will book the extra private side for you so that you can go do whatever you want and not have to worry about it at all. But the side that I was on, you couldn't really do that unless it was like pitch black outside, because you literally were across the restaurant. So imagine like some couples on their honeymoon and you're just over there fully naked. You know, you can't really be doing that. But yeah, that's why I give it a 9 out of 10. I just think every room should be fully private, because it's all villas. You know, if, for example, hotel's capacity and you're just a normal person booking, no travel agent, nothing, then you're kind of going to be shit out of luck for 250,000 yen a night. You know what I mean? And finally, I will talk about what I paid for the stay. This stay was completely funded by me. It was completely out of pocket. The hotel did not pay me to stay here. I paid $1,300 per night because they had a one-night stay free promotion going on. So I paid a total of, give or take, about 530,000 yen for my stay after tax and fees, whatever that converts to in US. So yeah,